What's up, people? Hello, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Cup Chasers podcast. It's another match reaction for the Arsenal having beaten Wolves 2-0 at Molineux Stadium. Let's go and get the likes up on the video. Of course, thanks for being here right out the rip. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're on our way to the magical 1,000. All right, let's get right into it. When the lineup came out today, I was already shaking my head. I was already nervous. Of course, I was nervous already, having been such a terrible week that we've had. But we came out and looked decent in that first half, despite Havertz being in the middle. Like, I never, ever want to see him in the middle. It's just, I thought we've learned from that. It didn't work against Bayern either when it happened either time. It hasn't been great against, it wasn't great against Villa. And you could see when we switched it up and Havertz went forward, we were immediately better in the game. Other than that, I thought the lineup was good. Why Martinelli isn't starting is interesting. Maybe he's still coming back. He didn't really have the effect that, I thought he was okay. He was energetic when he came on. I have it in my notes here, but, didn't do a whole lot. As far as influence in the game there in the end. But the lineup, I was a little bit nervous. I definitely don't like seeing Havertz in the middle. But when Arteta feels the need to shoehorn Havertz and Jesus and Saka into the same team always, then we're going to get Havertz in the middle. And he was all right, I suppose, in that first half. My only real note on him for the whole game was that he dueled for the aerial balls pretty well. We were impotent in the final third in that first half. Definitely controlled possession. We're winning second balls. We're pinning them in. So that was good stuff. But just had nothing. I mean, we're getting in behind the, bread and butter, in behind the left back. Bring Saka in. Martin Odegaard gets the ball deep. Their left back goes in with Saka, Ben White on the overlap all day long. It was good to see. That's what we do. Once again, I'm surprised Wolves didn't, pick up on that. But we got in a bunch, but we're unable to do much with the final touch. Havertz's final touch wasn't great. Jesus' final touch wasn't great. Odegaard's final touch wasn't great. Trossard was having, not great touches in and around the box. And I thought that there were some miscued shots. But I thought on the whole for that first half, I thought, I texted to the guys from the panel on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or Mondays and Thursdays, I should say. Go ahead and check those out. Get the notification bell on so you know when those are coming up. But I did text those guys. I said, we definitely needed that. It was one of those... in that first half. Fantastic time to score. And I thought that if we hadn't scored that, it would have been a completely different halftime talk. It would have been more nervy in that second half. Saka wasn't awesome in that first half. Kivior got ran past a couple of times. But, other than that, I think that we need to look at crashing the goal. Near post crashing the goal instead of always cutting back when we get, because we get in behind the left back time and time again. I think we need to look more at smashing one across the goal instead of always looking to cut it back and somebody just crashing the goal. Simple. When Declan Rice got in at the end of the game and hit the ball across, why did we have three people running for the cutback instead of someone crash the goal? Crash the goal for these tap-ins. I'm just saying, we definitely could have scored more, could have been sharper, especially in that first half in front of goal. But I thought that obviously Jesus' quality right there on the goal to bring it down, to hold off the man, was definitely a good moment for us, and I was happy to see that go in the back of the net because we definitely needed that after a decent first half where we controlled the ball, but I never really thought we looked, I never got off my seat. I was never like, oh, until we actually scored, and so I was definitely glad to see that go in. what has happened to our free kicks? Like, the service has not been great. And so I noticed in this game that we stopped hoofing it in and we started doing different little things, and none of them seemed to come off. For a while there, we were doing fantastic. We were scoring goals. We were intricate. I remember I forget, it was one of those games where we battered somebody 6-0, 5-0, might have been the Sheffield game, where we did like 7 different variations on a corner kick. We had a bunch of different types of corner kicks. And I think that we need to find our edge and our precision in those free kicks once again, to help get some goals here in this run-in, because we're definitely going to need them. I also noticed that, one thing that, to sum up the first half, can be, exhibited by the highlights package from NBC on the USA broadcast. The very first highlight in that first half was 30 minutes in, the Raya save. That should tell you how good we were in front of the goal. But yeah, I have in my notes here, we were good for about 15, and then we were off it until about the 40th minute till the goal. I've also noticed that Trossard just doesn't like to use his left foot a whole bunch. Maybe in front of goal, he'll take a shot with his left foot, but when it comes to, he tried the outside of the football a number of times today. It didn't necessarily come off. I do think he's our best finisher, one of our most technically gifted players, but keep it simple sometimes, Just keep it simple. I know you got a left foot. You're a professional footballer, man. I know you have the left foot. Trust it, and I thought he could have trusted his left foot a couple of times, kept it simple, and we might, have had a couple of more dangerous chances. I thought we improved. I was a little worried about how we've come out in the second half versus Bayern at home, come out in the second half versus Villa at home, come out in the second half versus Bayern away. It was not great this past week, but we've come out in this second half, and I thought that we were much better, more controlled. And yes, Wolves didn't really give us much. They didn't really come at us all that much. Depleted Wolves, injured Wolves. They didn't have a lot of their starters, and they looked a tired team. They looked the team that had played in midweek. And yes, I thought we were a bit tired. My final thoughts was it was a bit tired in the end, and the 2-0. I think the 2-0 is about right. That's what I predicted in Thursday's preview. But yeah, it was a weird one. We controlled the game. We didn't really ever look like conceding, but there was some jeopardy in it for a while. And I remember Peter Drury saying on the commentary that Wolves kind of were coming into it in the last 10, 15 minutes, but then I thought that once again, the subs maybe came a little late, but once they did, and Havertz moved forward, Rice had more freedom in the midfield with Partey behind him. We got back on top of the game and just completely professional performance to end the game, completely controlled it. I think I have a note here on Martinelli shot, very selfish to go for that shot. He could have just pop it off to the side for the tap in. And then I say finally in the end, we cap it off. Yeah. And so I thought Odegaard was good, but I thought Declan Rice, man of the match for sure. He was fantastic, especially leading as he did in that second half. I thought that, while he had his attempts on goal that he had weren't awesome, I thought that his passing and his winning of second balls, we won most of the second balls in the second half. That's what I'm always going on about. I thought we did that really well. And I thought it was a great way to bounce back with the win, if not a great performance. I'll definitely take the win. That's all we need moving forward. I thought that even though Wolves weren't at their best, it was up to us to make sure we had a professional performance, make sure we got it over the line. And while it wasn't our best game, we got the 3 points, and that's all that matters. And, all week it's been doom and gloom. The title's over. A lot of fans in this fan base I've heard just completely giving it up. We're already looking at the summer, looking at who we're bringing in the transfers. We need this guy. We need that guy. The title's still here, man. It's still here. And if we can go up and beat Chelsea and go up 4 points on Man City before they go to Brighton, the pressure's on. The pressure's on. You never know. Maybe it's delusion, copium, hope, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, we're still in this title race. We're still here. And, even when we don't look our best, Man City didn't look their best today, managed to beat a listless Chelsea who couldn't score in front of goal. So, we beat what's in front of us, picked up the 3 points. We're back top of the table, at least until, the next few games are played. And that's where we want to be. And so, yeah, I'm happy. Much needed win. Wasn't the best, wasn't awesome from anyone except maybe Declan Rice. But in the end, we get the victory and we move Chelsea on Tuesday. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you are as well. Go ahead and get the likes up on the video. Of course, thanks for listening. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're on our way to that magical 1,000. Of course, we will be back here on the channel Monday for the weekend review. Don't miss that. Get the notification bell on so you know exactly when we're going live. And once again, like I say, I really appreciate you being here. Have a good one, and you will see